Hi guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to share with you our 5 main reasons why we are picking Côte d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast as one of our destinations to move to. I did another video where I talk about the 5 reasons why we're choosing Cameroon. And in this video, I'm talking about Côte d'Ivoire. As you may know, we have these 2 destinations and we are not quite sure about where to go first or if we're going to do both. So I'm sharing that process with you guys and sharing the reasons why we're picking Côte d'Ivoire in this video. This video was also inspired by Ayo and Tony from Expat Life Ghana in their video where they talk about the reasons why they are moving to Ghana. So let's get into our 5 points. And I'm going to look at my notes here to make sure that I don't miss any points. So 5 reasons, no particular order, but the main one, the first one might be one of the main ones, but not sure. Okay, so no particular order. Okay, so reason number 1 we're picking Côte d'Ivoire is economic development. So Côte d'Ivoire is it's a fact, the largest francophone economy in West Africa. So when you look at all the French-speaking countries in West Africa, Côte d'Ivoire is the largest, the biggest economy. Okay, they're number 1. So that translates into different things. That translates into good healthcare. That translates into good infrastructure. That translates into reliable and affordable internet, which is extremely, extremely important for my husband and I because we work online. Okay, so because of that environment, that economic environment that is very stable, this is a big, big, big draw for us. Okay, it's very, very attractive. The second one is political stability. Côte d'Ivoire is a very stable country, and one of the ways you can see if a country is very stable is to see the foreign investments. So if you see large groups like American groups, French groups, Chinese, Indian groups coming into the country to invest, then you know that's a telltale sign of political stability because they wouldn't invest billions of dollars in economies that will crumble the next day. Okay, so that is a very, very good sign. So Côte d'Ivoire is a very stable and strong, politically stable country, and that has a very strong economy. So a lot of foreign investment, and it's also very, very open to foreign investments, which is reason number 4. Reason number 3, business opportunities and networking opportunities. Okay, the fact that foreign investments and foreigners can come and invest in the country, they're very open to that. That is a big, big, big plus, and you don't see that in a lot of countries. And so having that openness is very, very attractive. So in terms of networking as well, my best friend lives in Côte d'Ivoire, and I have a lot of college friends who live in Côte d'Ivoire. We have some Cameroonian friends as well who live in Côte d'Ivoire, and so that is going to be that's going to make the transition easier for us. Every transition can be difficult because change is difficult in general, but that will make things a little easier because there's going to be some familiarity there when we get there. So we'll have people that we know already on the ground. It's not like us going to a place where we don't know a single soul. Okay, so that's very comforting. Number 4, just like I said in the other video, this is extremely important for me, is that it's a French-speaking country. In general, when you look in general at the continent of Africa, you're looking at French-speaking countries, French-speaking economies, and English-speaking economies. They're not at the same level, economic development-wise. Okay, so English-speaking economies are, at a higher level, economically speaking, than French-speaking. But even in spite of that, it's very, very important for me that my kids are immersed in a culture where we speak a different language. So at home, growing up, my brothers and my parents, we speak French. So we grew up in Morocco. I was born and raised in Morocco. So French at home, Spanish on TV, English at church, and Arabic in the streets. So now here living in the US, I speak English all the time, and it's very difficult for me to speak French to my kids. Not impossible, but it's very challenging. So the best way for you to learn a new language is to be immersed in the culture. And for kids, it's even easier because they pick up everything, right? So that would be a great way for them to be able to speak French and in an easy, natural way. Okay, so that was reason number 4, which was the fact that it's a French-speaking country. Last but certainly not least is in terms of lifestyle. Because it is an economy where it's a country that has a lot of expats, there will be certain things that are not totally foreign to us. There will be a certain comfort. But here's the thing, with comfort comes cost. So Cote d'Ivoire's cost of living is a lot higher than Cameroon. It's very comparable to a cost of living of here in Houston. It could be higher than here in the US if you live a lifestyle that is a Westerner lifestyle. Okay, so if you want to get all the American goods, all the French goodies and everything, of course you're going to pay a lot more because all of these things are imported. Okay, so you have to make sure that when you pick your destination, you want to look at the cost of living and based on the lifestyle that you're going to have. Are you going to have the same lifestyles you have now here in the US or in Europe and just transfer that lifestyle there? Then you're going to pay, you could pay double, okay, just to maintain that lifestyle. But that's not what we're planning on doing. We're planning to transfer certain things but not have the same lifestyle, because then what's the point? Might as well just stay here, right? There's certain things that we want to be able to have, just like 24-hour internet, for example, reliable Wi-Fi, because it's important for our businesses, and just a lifestyle that we want to have, right? Because we want to have Netflix and things like that. So you have to evaluate what is a non-negotiable for you, for your lifestyle, and the things that you can go without. I could go without eating Oreos every week because we don't really eat Oreos here anyways, right? So there are things that we can go without, and that will reduce our cost of living. But there are things that could be non-negotiable, like having high-speed internet, and we're willing to pay more for that, okay? So that's the pros and cons of, the economic development of Cote d'Ivoire, is because yes, there are things that can make you extremely comfortable and all of that. You can be extremely comfortable in other places too, and it's not going to cost you that much. But being extremely comfortable in Cote d'Ivoire, which is not necessarily what we're looking for, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a lot. So in terms of cost of living and the budget that we looked into, it's going to be comparable to what we're spending here. The lifestyle is going to be different because there are things that we can get there that are at a lower cost. And if you want to look at those things particularly, check out the video that I'm going to link in the description, where I talk about the 10 reasons why we are moving to Africa. Okay, so I'll go into more details about those things that are cheaper here in the US and more expensive there, and things that are cheaper there and more expensive here, just like having a Coke or something like that. Okay, so you have to take these things into consideration. And if you want a breakdown of our budget that we're using to evaluate the cost of living, I'm going to link that in the description as well, so you can have a copy for yourself and look at the cost of living that you can potentially have at your destination. Okay, so let me do a recap. What are the 5 main reasons why we're picking Cote d'Ivoire? Number 1, economic development, strong economy. Number 2, strong political stability. Number 3, French speaking. Number 4, networking, because we have friends there. And number 5, lifestyle. Okay, cost of living it's not in there. It's not a reason why we're going, because cost of living is not an advantage there. It's going to be about the same. Okay, in my video about Cameroon, I talk about how the cost of living is going to be lower there. Even if we were to increase our comfort, it was still going to be lower cost of living than here in the US. Okay, so let me know your thoughts. Let me know if this was helpful, and if you have any questions about our reasons, if you have questions about Cote d'Ivoire or Cameroon, post them in the comments below, and I'll make sure to come back and answer back. All right, until next time, bye.